The camera zooms in on Rich Eisen sitting in a studio, wearing a serious expression. The screen flashes with dramatic music as clips of Jayson Tatum, holding his knee in pain from Game 4 are shown. Folks, if you've been watching the NBA playoffs, you know just how crucial Game 4 was for the Celtics. But no one expected to see what we witnessed with Jayson Tatum's injury. The young star, a key player for Boston, went down in what could be a defining moment for their playoff run. Today, I'm here to break down the implications of this injury and what it means for the Celtics moving forward. Stay tuned as we dive into the details and hear my thoughts on Tatum's situation. And trust me, this one's big. All right, let's set the stage here. The Boston Celtics were up against the New York Knicks in a critical Game 4, a game that could have been a turning point in the series. But in the third quarter, Jayson Tatum, the Celtics star forward, went down after what looked like a routine drive to the basket. It was immediately clear something wasn't right as Tatum grimaced in pain while clutching his knee. Now, we all know how important Tatum is to the Celtics. He's been a leader all season, and in the playoffs, he's often the player Boston relies on to carry them through tough matchups. But in this moment, we saw just how fragile playoff hopes can be when one of your superstars goes down with an injury like that. First things first, let's talk about what we know so far. Reports after the game indicated that Tatum was dealing with what appeared to be a knee injury. And while no official diagnosis was given immediately, the concern was real. As we all know, knee injuries can be tricky in the NBA, especially during the playoffs, when the intensity is at its peak. The Celtics medical staff worked quickly to evaluate him, but the big question on everyone's mind is, how serious is this injury, and can Tatum return to full strength before it's too late? Let's be clear, this injury doesn't just affect Tatum. It affects the entire Celtics playoff run. Without him at full strength, their chances of advancing to the next round take a significant hit. His scoring, leadership, and ability to space the floor for his teammates are all crucial components of Boston's success. The Celtics have a deep roster, but they'll need Tatum back to have any shot at making a serious run for the title. Now, this brings us to the bigger question. How does this injury impact the Celtics' chances in the series against the Knicks? It's one thing to lose a game, but losing a player of Tatum's caliber could have serious ramifications. The Celtics have been one of the most consistent teams in the league this season, but we've seen how quickly things can turn when a key player is sidelined. The Knicks, on the other hand, smell blood. They've been waiting for a moment like this, and with Tatum potentially out or less than 100%, they're going to be ready to capitalize on this opportunity. If Tatum is sidelined for even a few games, the Celtics will have to adjust their game plan dramatically. It's not just about the scoring. It's about everything he brings to the table, from leadership to defensive plays. And here's where it gets interesting. What's next for Jayson Tatum and the Celtics? We'll have to wait and see if the medical staff clears him for the next game, or if he'll be out for an extended period. Regardless, the Celtics have to rally around their remaining stars. Players like Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and the entire team will need to step up. The good news is, Boston has a solid supporting cast, but they'll need to elevate their game in ways they haven't had to before. Now, looking ahead, this injury doesn't just change the course of this series. It could impact the Celtics' entire playoff trajectory. The longer Tatum is sidelined, the harder it's going to be for the Celtics to find consistency. But we've seen playoff teams pull off remarkable comebacks after losing key players. Will the Celtics be able to adapt? Will Tatum return? And if so, at what level of performance? These are questions we'll have to answer in the coming days. All right, folks, I want to know what you think about all of this. How do you feel about Tatum's injury? And what do you think the Celtics' chances are if he's out for a while? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. And before we wrap up, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the breakdown, and subscribe to the channel for more updates on Tatum, the Celtics, and the NBA playoffs. You won't want to miss the next big update.